Coming soon to a city near you, Wine Italy Roadshow. Have you ever wondered how to attend Wine Italy for free? Are you a wine trade professional interested in a sponsored trip to Wine Italy International Academy or Wine Italy, the Wine and Spirits Exhibition? Coming soon to Princeton, New Jersey, Harlem, New York, and Chinatown in New York City, Cardiff in Wales, London in England, and Roost in Austria. We'll be giving away our new textbook, Italian Wine Unplugged 2.0. Find out more about these exciting events, and for details on how to attend, go to liveshop.vineitaly.com. Limited spots available. Sign up now. We'll see you soon.
Italian Wine Podcast, a Wine2Wine Business Forum 2021 media partner, is proud to present a series of sessions highlighting the key themes and ideas from the two-day event held on October the 18th and 19th, 2021. This hybrid edition of the Business Forum was jam-packed with the most informed speakers discussing some of the hottest topics in the wine industry today. For more information, please visit wine2wine.net and tune in every Thursday at 2 p.m. Central European Time for more episodes recorded during this latest edition of Wine2Wine Business Forum.
My name is Andrejs Batkilins. I am a new Wine Italy Italian wine ambassador from Latvia, the second one in Baltic states at the moment. And with me, Valdis Lucis, he is the owner of a wine importing company who's focusing on fine brands, fine wines. I am the owner and educator in my own wine club. I also am a wine writer in Russian and writing mainly about amazing diversity of Italian wine variety, Italian region. And I hope my job will help to understand our client, to drink more wine and to buy more wine and help Italian wine producer, and also to sell wine in Latvia. So, but for next 30 minutes, I will try to be Latvian ambassador. And since Latvia is a very small country, I think it needs a little bit small introduction, because not too much people visit us, and just to know where is it. Okay. So, northern part of Europe, as you see on the map, we have a border to the north with Estonia, to the south of Lithuania. Also, the east is Russia, southeast Belarus, and we share maritime border with Sweden. Latvia covers almost 65,000 square kilometers, population less than 2 million, and we are the member of European Union from 2004. Our capital is Riga. It's one of the biggest city not in the Latvia, that's for sure, but in whole Baltic states. And let's say with the population of Riga and surrounding area, it's almost half of population of Latvia. And of course, Riga is our economic, culture, business center. Territory of Latvia was really important in terms of trade routes since ancient time. And when in 12th century, German crusaders were sent to Latvia to convert local tribes to Christianity, some of them decided to stay. And the German Archbishop Albert founded our city. I'm telling this story only because it's just a start to understand what the connection between Latvia, Latvian customer, and the situation what we have now in our market. Because as I understand from the beginning, Latvia didn't have so much chance to be wine country or wine drinking country. We on the north, and Bishop Albert was German, but from Bremen, not from Mosel. After that, during a long period, Latvian territory was under the German, then Polish Lithuanian rules, then Swedish Empire, Russian Empire, again German Empire. Then for a short period, Latvia became independent, and then we became one of Soviet Union as a 15th Soviet Republic. And again, for 50 years, we lost our independence. And only in 1991, when Latvia became again independent, our market was really similar to all Soviet, ex-Soviet countries all around the world. So really small numbers of restaurants, bars, shops. Just for example, you could imagine that Riga, that had almost 800,000 inhabitants, just have around, doesn't restaurant. During this period from 90s till this time, we make a really fast movement from ex-Soviet country with dozens bar, restaurant, no wine culture, no drinking culture, speaking about alcohol, to the country where only in the capital of Latvia and Riga we have around 600 restaurants, bars. We have wine bar that continuously in last several years always get the title of the best wine bar in Baltic states, called Vieta, of my good friend Janis Olkenstein. As well, our young Latvian sommelier, Raymond Tomsons, became the best European sommelier in 2017. And in 2019, he took the third place in World Championship, World Sommelier Championship. So now we have revenue in one segment, let's say it's small in European sizes, but at the moment it's around 100 million euro, and it grows annually by 15%, and with the forecast of growing from 2021 to 2025, each year forecast for growing at least 15%. This is just a graphic to explain how we are started in 19th till these days and some forecasts. So it's also explained that there is some good numbers that could help us to sell more and to become real player, small but visual player in European market as a wine seller. Of course, the history explains that we have still on the market such proportion of consumption alcohol. Still, vodka and spirits have a 40%, beer 40%, and wine growing from 12 to 16%. But of course, you should understand that last COVID time make not good things for us, and numbers a little bit, but felt. We lost 64% of tourists. It's almost 1.2 million. Those previously people came to Latvia, bought and consumed a lot of alcohol. And second, Latvia's alcohol policy has far been largely focused on the border trade. When more buyers come from Lithuania and Estonia and bought a lot of alcohol, especially from Estonia, where the tax is very high. So, let me introduce and give my colleague Valdis to introduce his company, his portfolio, and his business model, and also some numbers of Italian. Of course, he had almost 100% Italian.
Not 100, but
okay.
Almost. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Valdis Lucis, and I'm in love with wine. Sorry, but that's fact. And I'm an owner, therefore I'm an owner of wine wholesale company. And my clients is HoReCa, restaurants, and wealthy private clients. And yes, and that is what I'm doing and what I love to do. And I would like to say that it's not quite true, according to Andrejs, that there are no winemaking traditions in Latvia. No, one of my most, how to say, vivid childhood memories is that my father made me to climb to a very big rowan tree to pick up these rowan berries from which he later made rowan wine. Okay, I understand it's not good to say that it's wine, but we don't have wines in Latvia and grapes in Latvia, and you understand that to say wine is much easier for us Latvians, neither to say this all big sentence, an alcoholic beverage brewed from fruits and berries. It's very hard to say. Wine is easier. And so we are using this also for fruit wines and so something like that. In addition, when I was young guy, I read this book made by American science fiction writer Red Bradbury, Dandelion Wine, and it's really about Latvia because we are making wine from everything. Such very interesting instinct. Always these drinks were very sweet, a little bit, not little bit, quite alcoholic, and we used to drink them before we get real wines from wine-growing countries. And maybe that is the reason why we Latvians a little bit like sweetness in wine more than maybe people elsewhere in Europe and in the world. So if we are talking about wine business, then I can say there is about 350 companies obtained license of wholesale. So they are allowed to import wine from other countries.
Are you enjoying this podcast? There is so much more high-quality wine content available from Mama Jumbo Shrimp. Check out our new wine study maps, our books on Italian wine, including Italian Wine Unplugged, the Jumbo Shrimp Guide to Italian Wine, Sangiovese Lambrusco and Other Stories, and much, much more on our website, mamajumboshrimp.com. Now back to the show.
Of course, big part of them is not active, just only license. Some of them are dealing are buying wines and importing only for their use in small restaurants or small shops. And then there's some very big players, international players. And the biggest one is, of course, Amber Beverage Group Holdings, previous SPI Group. They are mostly famous with Stolichnaya vodka and Moskovskaya vodka. Then we have also other big international players, Pernod Ricard, Henkel, and smaller companies which deals only with Baltic states, like Riga, Altia, Baltic XL, and some other else. Then there's some middle range companies which find some niche, buying different stuff from different countries. One of them is Aerowins, having a lot of chain of small shops, wine shops. And the third one is like my company. I'm not very big, small, but very straight focused to fine wines and dealing with only restaurants and wealthy private clients. In my portfolio, I have very good names, and I'm trying to get them more and more, like Isola, Lena, Tuarita, Le Macchiole, Bibi Greitz, Master Berardino from Campania, Morgante from Sicily, Occhipinto. I got Occhipinto last year. I am happy about that. And San Leonardo from Trentino, Hennick of Suabia, great big names. And of course, I would like to little bit increase my portfolio because that is what I have to. I find that this is way how to deal with such small market like Latvia. I can't struggle with these big players, which have a lot of money for advertising, marketing, and so on and so on. So that's approximate situation in Latvia, how I see.
Okay. What we also would like to show you, it's a situation how our Latvians love Italian wines. Last year we had came back the decreasing in wine, in all alcohol actually, but except only rum and balsam is going up, and brandy, cognac a little bit, but wine going up at let's say 5%. But look on the numbers. The blue one is Italy. It's growing every year. And even in last 2020, with a drop of whole wine sales, even Italy go up. So we want to say that Latvians, other people, they like Italian lifestyle, they like Italian culture, they like Italian life and wine. So this is what we see as an opportunity to increase our import and our sales, right? And also the problem which we see, and exactly it's my aim and goal for future, it's to work more in education, because only with education you could show the diversity, you could show the different style even of one variety, because again, at the moment we sell mainly, let's say, Prosecco as a sparkling number one probably,
Yes.
and then Primitivo, Cananao, Nera d'Avola, but it's usually people think that even Primitivo or Cananao, it's something with one taste, but it's not true. And when we go to some wine that has more structure, more acidity, more tannins, like Nebbiolo, Sangiovese, sometimes very difficult to sell in second time, because, okay, it's a brand. So to sell Chianti, maybe Chianti Classico, it's easy because it's brand, but then people try it, taste it, and they are not so satisfied. So I think I, as a wine ambassador and wine educator, together with wine importer and together with some Italian consortium producer, we must work in one direction. And this will help to buy more and sell more.
Maybe buy better wine. Yes.
And of course, better wine. So what, let's say, you see opportunity or maybe the problem that you would like to...
So problems. We always have problems. When we are doing something, we always have problems. And our aim is to solve these problems in a proper way. If I'm looking... If I'm saying, what's my... I know there is different companies, as I told you, big ones, smaller ones, and like mine. And all of us have different problems. I can more say about my problems. My company is following. I'm buying fine wine from very well-known producers. And these producers, as you understand, these wines are not cheap. And therefore, I can't buy a lot because I can't sell a lot. I can sell very small portions. And then sometimes transportation costs for smaller amount is per unit is much higher than when you are buying many pallets for one time. The other thing is that Latvian legislation in Latvia predicts that we are not able to buy directly and deliver this wine to our warehouses. We have to use some intermediate companies, licensed excise warehouses, and pay for the service which they are giving, making some duty stamps, excise stamps on each bottle, and it's costs. And of course, if I'm buying one big truck, it's per unit is cheaper than if I'm buying some few hundred bottles. But of course, that's the problem. Therefore, I'm really interested in some service, in some company who would help me to find a solution in this case and merge some orders from different producers here in Italy and they deliver as one set to Latvia. It would help to little bit decrease price and make these wines more easy, affordable for our clients because they're always struggling for price.
So maybe you have a question just that could explain something more specific.
I would like to know what are the recent trends in Latvia in terms of the consumption of Italian wine, and if they changed a bit comparing to before and after COVID.
It's very hard to say what will happen after, but there's one thing
I
is.
mean, we can use this comparison because
yes,
obviously COVID.
As you see from this graph, you see that the sales of 2021 dropped, quite big drop. You can see here, and of course there will be lower than year before. We are trying, and Andrei is doing his job with wine studies to increase interest of our population for good wines, quality wines. Because right now the situation is people is mostly in supermarkets, outlets, wine outlets. They are buying not wines, they are buying yellow labels. They are looking on price labels with yellow color, and if color is yellow, it means it's discount, and then they are buying these wines. And it's not right. They have to buy wine, not price label, cheap ones, discounts. Of course, there is other people in Latvia, I would say, which are already a little bit educated, more, and they are looking for better wines. They are attending different lections from wine schools, and it's good. It's very good. It works well, but of course they are looking. If you're talking about Italian wines, of course, Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc, from Prosecco, from whites, and then some Primitivo, some other little bit with some little sweetness wines. Latvians like heavy wines, oaky wines with quite a lot residential sugar. Maybe not very low, but as I can feel. And then there is top level people who is following opinion leaders, and we are proud to say about our sommeliers, about we have really good opinion leaders who is teaching people to drink very good fine wines. And yes, we have every year we have some bubble parade and wine of the year, special events. There are some sessions where people can go and try the best wines in market, and it's educate, and people are looking. Big trend is champagne. Unfortunately, Franciacorta is somewhere, I don't know why, but outside.
I could tell you one numbers because there was a global survey by Global Drug Survey globally that takes reply from 55,000 respondents from 171 countries. And during the COVID, according to this survey, 29% drank less alcohol during the COVID because they didn't have this whom to drink. But secondly, about 40% of people use alcohol more because they have more time, because they was boring, stress, depression, and so on. In Latvia, our let's say locals, Baltic pharmacy called Beno, with a data company Genius, have tried to explore this trend and make a survey, and they published it in January this year, and 14%, according to this survey, use it less alcohol, and 18% use it more. So, of course, I myself say that in reality, the numbers should be like in global survey, because in Latvia, we still not ready to speak about alcohol easily. From Soviet time, alcohol, it was, like if you drink, you're alcoholic. It was really a big problem. It still has. So I very often see that people not ready to give the true answer or speak less about this subject. But anyhow, the numbers I told you, it's maybe showing the truth, maybe not. It's really difficult to say.
Actually, I can say that, of course, last year I sold much less through restaurants, but this sales to private persons increase quite a lot. From one side, for me it's okay. Maybe it's very good. Yeah, I find some new way how to deliver product to customer.
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, Cin Cin.